good morning students. Myself Chaitra. So I am going to take science for you paper. So let us start the class with the previous knowledge that you have studied in the last classes, that is in 5th standard. Yes, in the last classes you have studied that there are three basic needs of human life. So the three basic needs of human life are: the first one is the food, second one is the shelter, and the third one is the clothes. So these are the three basic needs of human life, so that you have studied in the last classes, that means in the 5th standard. If you just observe this here, the food is the first basic need of human life. Then the question arises, why the food is the first basic need of human life? Then what type of food we have to eat in our day-to-day life? Then the next question arises, what are these food are made up of? Then where does this food come from? That means what are the sources of the food? To know answers for these questions, so let us start the first chapter in science, that is food. Where does it come from? So this is the first chapter in science, that is food. Where does it come from? So few seconds later I told that food is the basic need of human life, because food helps for the growth, development of the human body, and because it contains all the necessary nutrients which is essential for the growth and development of the body. Here essential nutrients. So here which are those nutrients that present in the food? So there are 6 major nutrients which is present in our food. So let us write down the 6 nutrients which is present in our food. So let me write. The first one is the proteins. Second one is the vitamins. Third one is the minerals. Fourth one is the fats. Fifth one is the carbohydrates. And the last is the water. So these are the 6 major nutrients which is present in the food. So here, how do these nutrients get enter into our body, or how these nutrients will get into our body? So of course by taking the food. Then the question arises, what kind of food we should eat so that these nutrients, these essential nutrients get enter to our body? Can we eat only rice and sambar, or can we eat only idli, or can we eat only one type of vegetable? So just by eating only one kind of food, we won't get these nutrients enter to our body. Then what we have to do so that these nutrients get into our body? For that we have to eat different food or varieties of food, because by eating varieties of food we get these nutrients into our body. Why? Because all the nutrients are not present, because all the nutrients are not present in only one type of food. It is present in the different foods. So here it is present in the different kinds of food. So just by eating different kinds of food at different types, so that these nutrients will get enter to our body. Here we have to take the food at different times. That means in the morning we have to take the breakfast like idli, dosa or chapatis, and in the afternoon we have to take the lunch like rice, sambar or curd rice. In the evening we have to have the snacks, and in the night again we are going to have the food. So by taking different foods in different times, so these nutrients will get enter to our body. The next topic arises that when you move from one place to the another places, you are going to see so many changes in the surrounding. That means the people used to speak many languages, they used to follow different customs, traditions like that and so on. So not only these changes that you are going to observe, even the food habits also changes from place to place. For example, if you move to Mangalore, the main food of Mangaloreans is the fish. Then if you move to the North Karnataka, so the main food is, that main you are going to get is jolada roti. Then if you move to the different states like West Bengal or Goa, the most of the food is they use seafoods. Then if you come to Kerala, so in Kerala, so most of the food is prepared with the coconut oil. So from this, what we are going to understand is when you move from one place to the another places, even the food habits will also changes from one place to another places. Food habits will changes from place to place. Till now, we have studied that we should eat varieties of food in our day-to-day life so that the essential nutrients should enter to our body. So the next question arises, what are these food items are made of? To know that, let us start with the examples, very simple examples. Through that examples, we shall define what are these food items are made of. So let me take a very simple examples. For that, I am going to make two columns. So in the first column, I am going to take the food items, and in the second column, I am going to write the ingredients. Here, so first I am going to take the boiled rice. The first example is the boiled rice. Of course, you have seen while your parents were cooking what are the ingredients that is required for the boiled rice. It requires only two ingredients. So one is the raw rice and another one is the water. Just by these two ingredients, you can prepare the boiled rice. So let us take another example. So if you want to prepare a vegetable curry, so to make a vegetable curry, so you cannot prepare it by adding the two ingredients or the two materials. It requires more than two materials. So like it requires different types of vegetables, then it requires spices, then it requires oil, salt, etc. etc. So by these two examples, you are clear that some of the food items can be prepared by adding only 2 or 3 ingredients, and some of the food items can be prepared more than 2 or 3 items. So you should be clear, students, that some of the food items cannot be prepared just by adding the same ingredients. For example, to make a sambar, we are going to use the coriander leaves, curry leaves. Next, we are going to add the mustard seeds, oil. So these ingredients we cannot use it to make the other next different food item. For example, if you want to prepare a kheer, so to make a kheer you cannot use these ingredients, so it requires a different ingredients. So in the same way, there are some common ingredients we are going to use in most of the food items. The same example, that is again the coriander leaves, the curry leaves, the mustard seeds and the oil. So we are going to use in most of the food items. Then after this, the next question comes to the mind, that is where does these food items come from? So where does these food items will come from? So that is, what are the sources of the food? Now let me study which are the sources of the food. So here, sources of food materials. What are the sources of the food materials? So there are two types. There are two main types of food. So one is the plant source and another one is the animal source. So there are two types of sources of food. So first one is the plant source and second one is the animal source. So now let us study about what is the meaning of plant sources, and also we should learn about the examples of plant sources. Here, what is the meaning of plant source? Here the definition is like that: the food items are materials that we obtain from plant or plant products. They are called plant sources. Here, the food items are materials obtained from plant or plant products are called plant sources. Here the examples, you know that what are the items, food items that we are going to get from the plant. That is the fruits, vegetables, pulses, grains, etc. So all these are the examples for the plant sources. Here I have written the plant. Here I have written the plant products. So what is the plant products? Plant products means we won't get directly from the plant. So we won't get the food items directly from the plant. For example, if you take a mustard plant, from mustard plant we are going to get the mustard seeds. So from the mustard seeds we are going to extract the mustard oil. So the mustard oil will become the plant product, because the plant will not give the oil directly. We cannot get the mustard oil from the plant. So the next, again the another example is the coconut oil. So coconut oil is also extracted from the coconut. Then the groundnut oil is extracted from the groundnut seeds. So these oils, coconut oils, mustard oil, then the groundnut oils, all these oils are, we call it as plant products, because we won't get directly from the plants. It is extracted from the plants. So these are the examples and the definition of plant sources. So now we shall learn about the another definition, that is animal sources. What is the meaning of animal sources? Here the food item are the materials that is obtained from animal or animal products mention animal source. The food items are materials. The food items are materials obtained from animals or animal products. Animals or animal products are called animal sources. Here, now let us list out some of the example for animal sources, that is meat, milk, egg, etc. All these are the sources of animal. Here, of course, you know that most common animals that produces milk are cow, goat and buffaloes, etc. Next, you get eggs from the hens. Here, I have mentioned the animal products. Animal products. So, animal products means we won't get directly from the animals. It is either we are going to prepare or going to extract from the animal products. For example, if you take a milk, from the milk we are going to prepare the curd, then cream, then we are going to prepare the butter, then ghee. So these are called as milk products. These are called as milk products because we won't get this curd, cream, butter, ghee or cheese directly from the animals. We are going to prepare from the animal products. Animal products, that is from the milk. So these are called as milk products. The curd, cheese, butter, ghee, all these are called as the milk products. So till now we have studied that we should have varieties of food. We should eat varieties of food in our day-to-day life. Then what are these food are made up of, and also we have studied the two main sources of food, that is one is the plant sources and another one is the animal sources. Now I am going to do one activity. So in that activity you can list out, you can do it by yourself. So you can list out some of the food items in one column and the ingredients in the second column and also the sources in the third column. So you just make the three columns and you can do this activity by yourself. In the first column I am going to take the food items. In the second column I am going to write the ingredients, and in the third column the sources, whether it is a plant source or animal sources. So here the first example. So here the first food item that I am taking is chapati. So to prepare this chapati, what are the ingredients you require? Yes, you require the wheat flour, then it requires salt, then you require some oil, then it requires some water. So here if you come to the sources, then wheat flour is from the plant source because wheat is obtained from the plant. Then if you come to the oil, so oil is also either your if instead of oil if you use a ghee, then ghee is not a plant source, it is an animal sources. So we shall take the another example. So if you want to prepare a kheer, so if you want to prepare a kheer, what are the ingredients it requires? So it requires milk, then it requires rice, it requires sugar, then it requires ghee, etc. etc. So here from which sources it came? So milk is an